Hey guys, Gary J here. I bought this Boomerang off of eBay. Got it pretty reasonable. Uh, it was in pretty rough shape. It's called a Hurricane Hook, and pretty decent sized boomerang. And when I got it, it looked a lot worse than I thought it was when I first got it. This thing is pretty good size. And this boomerang was made by Duncan McLennon for a guy named Duncan McClellan of Australia, Sydney, Australia. It's made out of Philippine Mahogany, 8mm 5-ply. Now it's a copy of the Hurricane Hook that Rusty Harding made. It's a copy of the Rusty Harding Hurricane Hook. So again, that was in the Philippines back in the mid-80s. So look at that handle. It's got the little hook there. It really makes it nice. They got what's called a delicate arch, which to me is a very similar looking ring too today. So again, it's a pretty big boomerang. We're going to throw it and see how it throws. First time throwing this one, so I got no idea how it's going to throw, but we're going to try it. But anyway, it looked pretty rough, and I kind of restained it and all, and made it look almost like new by restaining it. Come on around, come on around. Oh man. Well, at least it was pretty going over my head. Good catch. I could tell she was coming in a little short. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, almost. Bounced off my hand. When you start throwing a new boomerang and you haven't been throwing it all, just started, you have to build your arm up a little bit after repeated throws in order to get the speed down to be able to throw it a little bit faster. And so that's kind of normal. All right, she's turning. Good catch. Perfect catch, right at the elbow. 3. That's a good throw. No, she's going to go to the left. Oh, good catch. 3. Throw her a little bit higher. Good catch. Right at chest level. 2, 3. It's a good throw. Touched my hand. Almost caught it one hand. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Wind's here. Good throw. Good catch. That wind is all over the place. The wind's blowing this direction, this direction, this direction. Hurricane hook. Let's see, we got to figure it out. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That was a good throw. Yep, that was a good catch. Come to daddy. No. She was right there. My hand must have just been in the middle of the eye of the boomerang. This is the eye of the boomerang. I must have clapped my hands right in the eye of it, because I should have caught that one. 1, 2, 3. See, I caught that one right that time, the elbow. It's possible when you go to catch them in the elbow, or the ends, that you go into the eye. See, when this thing is spinning around and around, there's the eye right here, what we call it. See her cutting. Ooh, good catch. The hard thing is when you're throwing these, you got to look at the arc, especially when they're midway and they start coming around. How close is that arc going to be? How tight is it going to be? Is it going to be behind you? Is it going to be above you? That's the hard part of a boomerang like this. So one more time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, caught her. Had to run after her. Okay guys, one more throw. I say that like 9 times. Oh, that was a good throw. You always know a good throw. You know where she's going to be. Ah, good catch. Good catch. That's good for the last throw. I said it 9 times, last throw. That's the last throw. Again, the 1980s was a golden time for boomerang throwing. 1981, U.S. team went to Australia and beat the Australians for the first time at their own game of boomerangs. Shout out to Gary Broadbent. Talked to him the other day on the phone. Super guy. A wonderful fellow to talk with. So much enthusiasm, so much energy. And he has 4 world titles to his name, as individual world titles to his name in boomerang throwing. Probably one of the greatest advocates of boomerangs and Kylie's too. The 1980s would like the 1987 Regal Limited. This is really just a toy car for me, but this car is about as mint condition as you can get one in. I have to try to keep people from stealing it all the time, but a wonderful car here. So some of us live in the past, I guess, in the 1980s, huh? Whew. Here come a car. Yeah, well, that was fun. Never have thrown that Hurricane before. See, this car is running. You probably can't even hear it run. It runs so smooth. People stop me all the time wanting to buy this car, man. This, like I say, it's 30 years old, but it's been like garage kept and put under a cover, and whatever it needs, it gets. Money's no option when it comes to repairing this car if anything happens to it. And that's really kind of the way they treat a classic, you know. Everything's original on this car. So, there's a fellow over here that's got some monster trucks. I'm like, man, those things can be real expensive. You get into the monster truck stuff. But yeah, pretty day. The wind hasn't been too bad. It's just kind of on where that field I'm throwing in is so big, it just comes from all different directions. So you got to really be aware of the wind direction when you throw, or it just messes you up really bad. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Gary J.